Healthy living clubs launched in over 300 primary schools in Anambra. Palestinian ambassador to Nigeria, Shawesh, decries a looming famine in Gaza. Argentina vows to push economic reforms without parliament. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total around maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the tasks ahead. My name is Chidima Orangwa, and now the news in full. The governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has extended his warmest greetings and congratulations to the Bishop of Ekwulobia Diocese, Cardinal Peter Obaleke, on the occasion of his 61st birthday. A release signed by the press secretary to the governor, Mr. Christian Aburime, states that Governor Soludo, in his birthday message, described Cardinal Obaleke as a revered cleric who has dedicated his life to the service of God and humanity. He expressed delight and appreciation for the prelate's positive impact in the state and the global space. The governor further noted that Cardinal Obaleke has equally remained a source of inspiration to millions of people around the world, adding that his teachings in compassion, kindness, and love have touched countless lives. He commended him for remaining steadfast and committed to these noble causes. Governor Soludo prayed that the good Lord will continue to bless Cardinal Obaleke with good health, wisdom, and strength. Anambra Governor's wife, Mrs. Nanya Soludo, has launched her healthy living clubs in over 325 primary schools in Anambra State. The governor's wife also inaugurated her teachers as healthy living champions, while teachers who majored in physical health education or related courses who will lead the healthy living clubs in the schools across the state were inaugurated as ambassadors. Inaugurating the school clubs at the headquarters of Anambra State Universal Basic Education Board, ASUBEB, in Awka, Mrs. Soludo said that the day was very significant as it marked the beginning of a renewed dream driven by immense passion, saying the volunteers were taking out their responsibility to serve humanity. She explained that the teachers have been selected because they bear a mark of hard work and dedication, noting that healthy living with Nanya Soludo is a product of deep passion, aimed at achieving a culture of health consciousness and mindset of change. She reminded the teachers that a lot of faith and trust have been put in them, encouraging them to take up the duty with great commitment to groom the children in line with the standards of the movement. The governor's wife also announced the launch of the Healthy Living Garden Competition, a termly challenge across all schools where the Healthy Living cluster is domiciled. Earlier in his remarks, the executive chairman of ASUBEB, Dr. Vera Wadinobi, reminded the teacher that being ambassadors require leading, inspiring, and model lives for the younger people to emulate, and commended the wife of the governor, Mrs. Soludo, for championing the initiative. In our remarks, the Anambra State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Alpha Mobidike, said that through the Healthy Living Initiative, the governor's wife is grooming a generation of young people who are conscious of how they live their lives. Also, at the event, 330 fully equipped first aid kits were distributed to various schools whose teachers were selected as ambassadors. Anambra State Commissioner for Environment, Engineer Felix Odebegu, that of Industry, Mr. Christian Udechukwu, among others, were at the event. The 2023-2024 matriculation ceremony for fresh undergraduate students of the university marks the formal closure of admission of fresh undergraduate students into the school. The matriculation ceremony for all faculties were held at respective faculty premises within the Awka campus of Nnamdi Azikiwe University. Chukwuemeka Modelim has details.
Ceremony for all faculties was held at respective faculty premises within the Awka campus of the university. At the Faculty of Social Sciences, the Vice Chancellor Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Professor Charles Esimone, announced that the university has performed exceedingly well in academics for the past 5 years, as the recent ranking of Time Higher Education World University Ranking 2024 has placed the school as the 5th best university and 31st in Sub-Saharan Africa ranking. Professor Esimone, whose address was delivered to the students by the Dean, Faculty of Social Sciences, Professor Frank Collins Okafor, admonished the students to be of good behavior, shun cultism, examination misconduct, certificate forgery, as well as take their studies seriously for them to successfully end with the acquisition of a university degree. He also urged parents to always pay their children's school fees as and when due to enable the university maintain existing facilities and to provide new ones, even as he advised them to always visit their children in school unannounced, as it will help to curtail their excesses.
I now admit you formally to membership of the Faculty of Social Sciences, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, and enjoin you to live up to the high standard expected of you. Congratulations.
Some of the newly admitted students, including Sir Stephen Chukwudi of Economics Department and Precious Okoye of Mass Communication Department, expressed their excitement at finally being matriculated into Nnamdi Azikiwe University, assuring that they will make their parents and the university proud.
It's a great privilege to be one of the students of the university. It's not an easy thing. God's grace that's
On his part, a parent who witnessed the ceremony, Mr. Anthony Emmanuel, who commended the academic standard of the school, disclosed that he encouraged his child to study in the school because they churn out graduates who are excelling in the labor market.
Yeah, it's even greater than people understand the school. Before that.
The matriculation ceremony climaxed with the administration of oath of allegiance on the students and the membership of Faculty of Social Sciences of the university by Professor Okafor. In Oka, Chukwuemeka Modelem, ABS News.
The news agency of Nigeria, NAN, Anambra State Office, yesterday visited the Managing Director, Anambra Broadcasting Service, in his office at ABS corporate headquarters in Oka. The NAN team, led by Mrs. Joy Mbachi, explained that the aim of the visit was to familiarize with the state media outfit and also collaborate effectively in disseminating accurate and verifiable information. Correspondent Kenichi Guchkudi reports.
Ms. Mbachi called for regulation of social media to curtail the problem of fake news and misinformation, noting that journalists are better trained to pass verified information. She also appreciated the managing director of ABS, Sir Chido Obidiegwu, for his work at the media house, enumerating the packages offered by NAN in sourcing local and international news.
We know we are providers of news. We are providers of news. The News Agency of Nigeria is owned by Nigeria. We are being established by an edit. Not only that, we ensure any news we send across is something nobody can question. You can't just say, "Nah, it's giving you a label." No. So that's the difference in NAN. We are sure of what we are reporting.
Tachido, who welcomed the group, appreciated them for the visit and pointed out that NAN has over the years been a reputable channel for verifiable news and promised to partner with them. He enumerated the achievements of Anambra State government, especially in massive roads construction, free education at the basic school level, free antenatal and delivery at government hospitals, amongst other achievements, and called for proper reportage of Anambra State as against those who seem to have perceived agenda in the state.
Like in Anambra State today, and the risk of being immodest, if one says that never in the history of Anambra State have we experienced what we are experiencing today under the watch of Professor Charles Soludo. Never in the history of this country has any governor employed 5,000 teachers in one fell swoop. Never. Never in the history of this country has any governor in less than 2 years we have constructed over 450 kilometers of road in less than 2 years. Never in the history of this country has any governor in less than 2 years employed 400 doctors and other medical personnel in less than 2 years in office. Never in the history of this country has any governor ensured that you have free delivery and what did this one women do before?
Antenatal.
Free antenatal and free delivery. Never in all the government hospitals.
Mr. Destiny Chinwendu said the partnership will bring about proper reportage of happenings in Anambra State, especially to international audience, while also making ABS source for international news from NAN websites.
ABS needed to partner with NAN because NAN news go beyond Nigeria. It go beyond Anambra State. Now we have, in every state of Nigeria, we have offices. So every news gathering about Anambra State, if ABS partner with Anambra State, every state in Nigeria and above Nigeria will be hearing news about what the governor is doing.
The Director of Programs Department, ABS, Mrs. Nneka Ekunife, the Acting Director of News and Current Affairs, ABS, Mrs. Judy Jeff Nwabweze, and the Acting Director, Commercial Department, Mrs. Uju Ifediba, were on hand to receive the group. From the ABS corporate headquarters in Oka, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
Close to the end of the fifth month into the Israeli-Hamas war, the Palestinian ambassador to Nigeria, Abdullah Shawesh, has expressed the fears of impending famine and outbreak of epidemics in his homeland. ABS Abuja Bureau Chief Ekwi Ajide now reports.
Was interacting with journalists in Abuja called for urgent assistance from across the globe to save Gaza from the impending danger. He said unless something is done urgently to forestall the current catastrophe brought about by incessant attacks by Israeli forces and the destruction of movement of humanitarian aid into Gaza, more people will die. Ambassador Shawesh said thousands of people have died since the war started 132 days ago owing to lack of proper medical treatment, and alleged that Palestinians in Gaza are being forced to choose between being killed or fleeing their homes, with 70% of them already refugees. According to him, the international community has been warning against the dangerous consequences of any ground invasion in Rafah, saying the Israeli government cannot continue to ignore these calls.
For long term, peace must be in the framework of the two-state solution and an end to the occupation and establishment of the full, independent, democratic, contiguous, sovereign and viable Palestinian state, of which Gaza is an integral part of, in line with the international law, relevant UN resolution and existence bilateral agreement.
In Abuja, Princess Ekwi Ajide reporting.
Argentina's Libertarian President Javier Milei has promised to keep pushing his agenda of radical economic liberalization with or without the support of Parliament. In a State of the Union-style address to lawmakers, Milei said he would keep pushing forward with a package of sweeping economic reforms aimed at jolting the country out of decades of dysfunction and decline. Milei said laid down the gauntlet to Parliament after lawmakers last month rejected his omnibus reform bill, despite tough negotiations with the opposition that reduced the number of proposed changes by nearly half. In more conciliatory remarks to local governors, Milei called for a 10-point social pact that will overhaul the framework for distributing tax funds between the federal government and provinces. But sky-high inflation and Milei's austerity measures have weighed heavily on Argentines, prompting strikes and protests. Former midfielder John Obi Mikel suggested that Napoli star Victor Osimhen wants to come to Chelsea ahead of the summer transfer window. The 25-year-old Nigerian striker is widely expected to leave the Partenope at the end of the season, having recently told the press that he's already decided his next step. He penned a new contract with Napoli in December that contains a release clause in the region of 120 to 130 million a year. Osimhen has been widely linked with a move to the Premier League in the summer, with a long list of possible suitors, including Chelsea, Arsenal, and Manchester United. Speaking at the Web Summit Qatar, Mikel first discussed other links between Osimhen and Chelsea. Finally, Obi Mikel discussed the other clubs interested in signing Osimhen this summer. And that's just about it on the news tonight. But before we go, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any parts of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on X at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. A quick recap of our major stories. Anambra Governor Soludo has congratulated Bishop Okpaleke as 61. Healthy living clubs launched in over 300 primary schools in Anambra. Palestinian ambassador to Nigeria, Shawesh, has decried looming famine in Gaza. Argentina has vowed to push economic reforms without parliament. Remember, Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead.